haven't been feeling that good, so, and it's not like a cold kind of not feeling very good. I'll get into that. Hi guys, it's been a while since I've picked up the camera. I just kind of wanted to vlog, maybe. I don't know if this is considered a vlog, but I've been a little absent. I try to put out content every week, and I think I've definitely missed that. I like being a bit spontaneous. Right now, I'm going home. I'm going to visit Mama. It's her birthday. Actually, her birthday was 2 days ago, but I wasn't able to be off work until today, so headed down. And the drive is about an hour and 20 minutes. So it's currently 9:55 in the morning, which is actually a lot later than I planned. I wanted to leave around 9, but maybe I'm carrying on my mother's ways by procrastinating and being late to things. A common thing that mom is. So, I'm headed, that's the exit that I get off in order to go home, and I drive on Route 2, and then there's a Starbucks there before I really get on the Route 2. I'm going to be stopping there, and then I don't know, I'm considering stopping by Ulta and picking up something for mom, but I don't know how much she would want it or use it. She didn't ask for it. I was gonna get her some Mac Fix Plus because that might help her makeup routine. Yeah, so it's kind of what I'm thinking. Just kind of wanted to start off this little vlog, I guess, and kind of talk about some ideas and thoughts that have been going through my head, and instead of putting on makeup, just kind of like driving and talking. I think some of the best conversations happen when you're in the car driving, and because there's no one in the car with me, why don't I just talk to you guys? And anyway, so I'm gonna hop off here because Starbucks. And I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Good morning, welcome to Starbucks. What can we do for you today?
Yes, can I get the chai tea latte with almond milk?
What size would you like?
Grande, please.
And that's a hot drink, yes?
I think I would like it iced today.
We can do that. Iced grande almond milk chai latte. What else can we do for you?
Can you make that light ice?
Light ice? Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I should put espresso in it. Would that...
Absolutely, it's been done.
Okay, that's it.
How many
Thanks. Yay! I got my Starbucks. I'm excited. I found that putting almond milk in it makes it so good. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Yeah. Woo! That is good. I love that chai tea. Okay guys, I went to Ulta. I decided that mom needed this. This is so cute. This is the Prep and Prime Fix Plus in the flavor or the scent peony, and it's super cute. So she had been talking about feeling like her foundation was kind of powdery, so she uses a powder foundation or maybe a creamed powder, and so I said, you need Mac Fix Plus, and she was like, okay, and she probably won't buy this for herself, so I'm gonna get it for her. I hope she likes it. Now, onto the road. Okay, so I turned the camera sideways. It's my phone that I film on, so technically I turned the phone horizontal, and I realized how much almost better I think that is. And even though you can see the wheel, it's just kind of like part of it because it's like, oh, I'm driving. So I'm on the road, like really on the road. I'll be on the road for another hour or so, and I've had a lot of things, I think a lot. There's three big things that I want to talk about, three big ideas that have been kind of going through my head. And I'll start with the Enneagram because that's a really big. So the thing cut out on me, told me I didn't have any more storage on my dang phone. Anyway, I'm going to try and talk fast then. So, three big ideas. One is the Enneagram, and I'm a type 7. So let me break it down just a little bit. For the Enneagram, there's numbers 1 through 9, and you are one of those numbers. And they are kind of divided into, if you think of a pie, 1, 2s, and 3s are all feeling oriented. And then 4, 5, and 6, I believe, are action. And then 7, 8, and 9 are thinking. So we sit around and think, I guess. I might have that wrong somehow. But the fact of the matter is I am in the thinking category. So I think a lot. I think all kinds of things. But I feel like I think a lot of deep thoughts. And I'm sorry if you're shaking. You're on my little stand, and I'm on a bumpy road, West Virginia, for you. And so, anyway, it's a little crooked. We're just in this together. So anyway, so segueing from the Enneagram to another big idea that I had is, I tend to be a performer. So I care a lot about what people think of me. Now, I can be silly and goofy and stupid and just act like no one is watching, dance when no one is watching. But deep down, I truly care about what people think of me. If I think that someone thinks that I'm shallow or stupid or something, that really, really bothers me. I think that a lot of times I hold back, and I act in a way or say things in a way that I know someone else is watching. I know someone, so I'm trying to perform a certain way to make people think that I am a certain way. And instead, and it makes me almost not be fully myself, because I tend to have a filter where I only say or do something if I think that someone would approve of, I guess. And so I think one thing that I've been really trying to work on is living with more abandon. So here's an example of me performing in every aspect of my life. So a little backstory. I danced when I was little, ballet. So I love performance. I love getting in front of an audience. I think that it's in me. I love it. And so, because I tend to perform so much, even in my journal, I have a journal that I sometimes write in, which I haven't been very consistent at all. I probably haven't written in it for months, honestly. And when I write in it knowing that someone will one day read it again. And it, like my own personal journal, I don't just write whatever comes to mind. I almost put a filter in my journal entries, because I'm like, I want whoever comes and reads this to know that my personal thoughts are pure and are whatever I think. And so I tend to write in a way that I don't just write whatever comes to mind immediately. I usually think about it and try to form it in a more, I don't know. Sorry, this is shaking. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I tend to say things in a way that I think someone would approve. And so, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not sure, but I think that maybe I need to start living with a little more abandon, and I think it'll be good for me. So, okay, so the third big idea thing that I kind of want to talk about, want to stress, is how I've been feeling physically. So I don't know how many of you know that 3 years ago I was diagnosed with Graves' disease, and if you don't know what that is, it sounds a lot worse than it is, I think. Graves' disease doesn't mean I'm going to be in the grave next year or anything. It's a thyroid disease. It's an autoimmune disease, and that is when the thyroid becomes overactive, produces too many hormones, and my T3, T4, and TSH are out of whack. Those are all hormones. And I learned in school that T3 is converted to T4 when an iodine molecule is transferred, and TSH stands for thyroid stimulating hormone, and I believe it is produced in the pituitary gland in your brain, and so your pituitary it produces TSH, which tells the thyroid hormone how much of it to produce or how much of it to convert from T3 to T4. Anyway, I kind of want to talk a bit about that because it's not something that I've talked a lot about, which it's kind of personal, I guess. Great. These guys are patching holes, and now I've got concrete all over my tires in my car. It's fine, everything's fine. So it is a very personal topic. It's a very, it's a very personal thing. However, I don't mind sharing about it at all. I think that it's better, honestly, to have more awareness, and it's not a private thing for me. I mean, it is, but it's something that I'm okay with talking about with anyone, pretty much. And so your hormones do a lot. So I'm at a red light here, so I'm going to look at the camera. Your hormones do a lot for you. They control many things. And for me, I know that with Graves' disease, it is hyperthyroidism. It's when like I said, your thyroid is overactive and produces too much. And so when your levels are out of whack and you don't have anything regulating it, and it continually produces too much, it creates a lot of other problems in the body. And for me, it created a lot of common symptoms, diarrhea, a lot of fatigue. I was always hot. Not really hot, but in a cold room, everyone was putting sweaters on and stuff. And even in the wintertime, people would be really cold and I would be okay wearing just a little sweater. And everyone would be like, how can you walk out and not get cold? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm fine. And I think it was the thyroid. So symptoms included exophthalmic, I think is what it's called, and it's bulging of the eyes. And it would, I would literally, my eyes, my eyelids retracted, I guess, and then my eyeballs seemed to protrude more. And so it was very odd. I think that it changed the way that I looked, which made me become a lot more self-conscious. So for me to be even doing makeup videos, and it's helped me become okay with myself. It's helped me become okay with the new way that I look, and most people don't even know. I don't think a lot of people even notice that I'm that different, but I notice. I know how my eyes looked prior to having thyroid problems, and they have actually normalized a lot. So they're pretty much back to normal. Yet I still think that they are different than they were 3 years ago. So it's a lot of irritation too. I would tend to have pretty heavy mood swings, which, if you can imagine, is like having PMS all the time or something. And then when I would actually have PMS, it would be even worse, just because my hormones are out of whack and my other hormones are raging, you know, and I'm about to have my period. So it's just bad stuff. So there's 3 different treatment options for Graves' disease. There is, one is to surgically remove the thyroid. 2 is to take a radioactive iodine pill, which would inactivate my thyroid for life, and I would have to take synthetic hormones. Synthroid is the biggest one, and I believe Armour thyroid is another one, NP thyroid. There's different ones that you can take, but I would have to take a synthetic hormone, which I didn't really want to do. And then the third option is take an anti-thyroid medicine, which would dial down the TSH a bit, I believe. And I'm not fully sure how it works, but unfortunately, but it's an anti-thyroid medicine that makes my thyroid stop working as hard. And so I decided on the third option because I didn't want to get my thyroid removed. I didn't feel like getting my neck cut open, and I didn't feel like, in case you didn't know, it's a butterfly-shaped gland that is in the neck, and so I just didn't want to get my neck cut open. Just didn't feel like it. And then I didn't want to take the iodine pill because, you know, I didn't want to take a synthetic hormone for the rest of my life. It was a life thing, and if I can help it, you know. And with the third option, there was a possibility that Graves could go into remission, and I was like, okay, I was gonna do whatever. At that point, I wasn't emotionally doing well. I was just kind of like mean, and I don't know, I didn't feel that great. So Mom didn't want the other 2 options at all, and I didn't either, so we went with the third one. And so I've been on PTU, propylthiouracil, for 3 years, 2.5, and it's a long time. I had to take it 3 times a day, and I would sometimes miss doses because I'm busy and whatnot, and, you know, consistency mattered, and I really tried, but some days I just forgot, or just time got away from me, and taking a medicine 3 times a day is high maintenance. Good news though, praise report. I went to the doctor recently, and she said, well, I got good news for you. Your Graves is going into remission. Yay! So that was really good news. I was so happy. I started crying. I was just like, what? You know, like, that's huge. It's big news. It's a big deal for me. And she said, you can stop taking your medicine. And I was like, what? I can stop taking? I thought it was going to be a slow titration down off of my PTU. Nope. She cut me cold turkey. She said, you can stop taking it. I said, okay. I was taking 75 milligrams, then 50, then 50 a day. So it was a lot that I was taking, and I mean, that's not a really high dose. It's not a wildly high dose, but it was high enough that, I mean, at one point she had me taking, I'm going to pass this dude. At one point she had me taking half a pill 3 times a day, which was 25 milligrams 3 times a day, and that's low. Like, I expected her to titrate me down to that, and she didn't, to taper me down. So, cool, whatever, apparently you can quit PTU cold turkey, cool. So I did, and at first it was great. Like, I was having really bad headaches in the morning. They were so bad, splitting headaches, and they were almost migraines, I want to call them, because I was sensitive to light, and they were very bad splitting, and I could function. I functioned through them. I mean, I made myself get to work and, you know, live life, go to school, do things. I could function, but like in my head it was awful. Sometimes I would want to wear sunglasses inside because my eyes were so sensitive to light. So, and that wasn't every day or anything. It was probably twice a week though. I would have a really bad splitting headache, and then the next day it would be less bad, but it would still be there. And the only thing that would help me would be caffeine. A big cup of coffee is the only thing that would help me. And I know I really hate relying on caffeine that much, on coffee that much, but if I didn't have the coffee, that splitting headache would linger with me for hours, probably the whole day. So in order to function, I would drink coffee, which I don't drink that much. I have a little individual coffee maker that makes 4 measured cups, which is basically like 2 coffee mugs full, and that would be fine. So bad headaches prior to getting off of the medicine. My doctor told me that I began to be hypothyroid, which is a bit underactive, and she said if it stays underactive this much, we might put you on a low dose of Synthroid. And she said, which is good because that means your thyroid's calming down. And I said, okay, whatever. So we've been keeping an eye on it. She's been taking blood work. By the way, with Graves, I've been having to go to the doctor once a month at least to get blood work done once a month, and getting stuck with a needle once a month. No fun, hard to do when I'm in school, when I'm busy, just really inconvenient. I really feel like that Graves just interrupted my life, and it didn't really make me non-functioning, but it interrupted things, made things harder than they should be. And so I have been praying a lot, asking God for healing. I believe in healing, and I think that sometimes we have to do our part. So it's really great when healings happen on the spot, but I think that if you're doing your part, as in taking care of yourself, i.e. examples include eating healthy, working out, getting enough sleep, drinking water, taking your medicine like you should, and trusting in modern medicine. I've got to rant a little bit. People that refuse to take their medicine the way that it should be taken and stuff like that, it almost makes me say, I don't want to hear your moans and groans if you can't follow what has been studied to, proven to work. Anyway, I get annoyed when people complain, but then they don't take their medicine. I really think that balance is key. I think that getting all of the right things in order, getting your nutrients, getting your sleep, getting your water, I'm finding that it's more important than I used to think. And I think that because I've tried, especially this summer, to really hone in on taking care of myself, I think that it has allowed my body to focus more on healing itself. I value balance, I guess, and prayer, and I think that all of these things together, they work if you get everything in line. And it's a lot easier said than done. I live a busy life. I work every day almost, and it's, it can be really difficult to eat healthy, and it can be really difficult to go to bed early, which I'm still not good at doing, but through the summer I've been getting more sleep. Haven't really been going to bed any earlier, but I have been able to sleep in more, which I think is good for me. But yeah, so not taking PTU, being off of that, at first it was great because it made me feel, I had less headaches, and it just made me feel better. And then real recently, the past week and a half maybe, I have felt like crap, like terribly, felt no motivation to do anything, no motivation to create videos, no motivation. Like, I would get to work, and then come home and, you know, turn on Netflix or YouTube and just watch things. And that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to lay in bed or lay on my couch and do nothing. And that's not really like me. I'm not much of one to rest anyway. And in the mornings, I didn't want to get out of bed. Like, if I didn't have to be at work, I wasn't getting out of bed early at all. I was only out of bed if I had to be. And that's not like me. That's not like me at all. I usually fight through not feeling like it. I don't feel like it. I fight through it and I just do it anyway. But lately, I haven't even, like, I only do it for work. Like, I only get out of bed when I have to at work. And, for work. And that's not good. I try to be active and work out. I haven't felt like working out for the past 2-3 weeks. Like, at all. Like, zero energy to do anything. And, I guess it's my body just regulating and trying to figure out where the levels belong, because hormones are a funny thing because they take forever. They are very slow. They take weeks to show. You know, you start taking your medicine differently, and it's a good 3 weeks or more before she wants to take more blood work, because it takes that long for your hormones to show a difference. And so I think that it took a good week or 2 or 3 for my body to realize, oh, you're not giving me PTU anymore. What? And it's acting different. It makes me feel different. And so, no energy, none, zero. And I would drink coffee, and that's the only thing that would, like, get me even kind of, like, somewhat moving. I don't know. It's just really interesting to me. I think this is kind of like it's good for me to talk about it. It's something that I want to talk about, because not only for myself to maybe look back at this one day, but to kind of show what it's like to have Graves' disease. And I'm really excited about this remission. I think that's amazing. I'm so excited, and I'm praying that it's a lifetime thing, that it doesn't relapse, and that I can live my life to the fullest as my happiest, healthiest self, and live, you know, a normal life. But I think that it's just a slow process. I have to have patience, and I think I just kind of want to stress how important I think it is to have that balance in your life, to look for the balance. So bumpy. I live in West Virginia. Leon Baden. Anyway, so I want to stress how important I think it is that you should take care of yourself. You should strive hard. I believe that actively pursuing a healthy lifestyle, or maybe I should say aggressively pursuing a healthy lifestyle, is important, because you're the only one who can take the best care of yourself. Other people can take care of you if you're not feeling good, but they can't take as good care as you can of yourself. And I think most people know what's best for their body. They know their body the best. They know their own body the best. And so for me, I found that going low gluten, not gluten-free, that's impossible. Like, that's reaching for me. I think that going completely gluten-free is a little bit unreasonable for my lifestyle. I'm a very busy person, I'm a student, and it's just not possible for me to go gluten-free. It's not realistic, but I have tried to cut out a lot of gluten, eat less pizza, like eat less things with bread, because wheat isn't what it used to be. And hi guys, so my dear lovely camera decided to cut out out on me, tell me I had no memory. Again, I was talking too much. So I have cleared the space enough to do a little more, and I don't know, it's a new day. I'm actually driving back home to my apartment from home. And yeah, I just kind of thought I would pop back in and vlog just a little more and kind of wrap up. And yeah, so I'm just headed back. I'm probably gonna edit this video a little more, and what else am I gonna do? I have to work for a couple hours tonight, and then I'm gonna go see Lion King. I'm so excited. I try not to have too high of expectations, because if I do, then I'm let down. So Lion King was one of my top favorite kids movies, and so like Disney movies, and so I'm just excited. I have somewhat low expectations. It's funny because I have high-ish, but like not too high, because I don't want to be let down. So yeah, me and my friend Mindy are gonna go. We're excited. Can't wait. I'll let you guys know how that is. And yeah, that's pretty much my day. It's been a pretty relaxed day. I think what I was trying to say earlier before my camera cut off was I was going gluten-free and talking about if you need grains in your life, that quinoa is a very good grain. It's called a superfood, and it's one of the better options. So I just think that just ultimately finding the balance in life is super key, super key. So maybe there's 4 big points that I want to talk about, and the 4th one is about balance and how important it is. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I had. Just kind of wanted to wrap this up. Sorry about my camera being stupid, but I film on my phone, and so I'm starting to run low on memory space. I really need to get either a new phone or a camera, so I don't have to run into these problems quite as much. So we'll see if I can. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. It's a bit different style of a video, but I hope that you enjoy this. Let me know if you do enjoy this kind of thing, and I'll do more. Leave in the comments below if there's some other kind of video that you've been wanting me to do. Been in a weird funk lately. Not only have I kind of been feeling pretty bad, but I've been a little stuck in my head, I think, because I don't always know how to execute a video that I have in my head, or I want it a certain way, and because I know I can't do it in a certain way, it makes me almost not want to do it at all, which is probably not the best way. So anyway, I am going to be working on some more videos. Hopefully I can get them edited and uploaded, and before the school year starts back up. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Again, subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, comment down below any thoughts you have, and I will talk to you next time. Much love.